On this week's edition of Chatting to a Lancashire Legend, we have our most famous son, all-time fast bowling leading wicket taker and all-time leading wicket taker for England, the lad from Burnley himself, James Anderson. How are you doing, pal?
I'm good, thanks, Heggy. How are you?
Not a bad introduction, that, was it?
Nice, yeah.
Sounded like some off Sky Sports.
Exactly, yeah.
What have you been up to, mate? I mean, what have you been doing with yourself?
I've just been trying to stay fit, really. That's been the main thing. Obviously, I've got two young girls as well who've got a lot of schoolwork to do, so I've been trying to be helpful with that. I'm not sure I've been that much use, but yeah, I think staying fit's been the biggest thing. Obviously, we don't know when we're going to get back out there, if we're going to get back out there this summer. So as players, we've just got to try and stay fit. So if we do get the call, then we're in a decent place to start playing cricket again. But I find it difficult because you'll know it yourself when you've not got the sort of end goal. I guess you don't know when you're going to be playing next. It's hard to sort of motivate yourself for that sort of stuff, that keeping fit sort of stuff.
Definitely, and you've always been someone who's kept yourself really fit as well, and thrived really on a dressing room banter kind of competition and trying to beat your mate and I suppose when you're on your own like that, it's hard. You've got Danielle and the girls like you said around you, but that for me that competitiveness has been really hard to be done without, really.
Yeah, it is hard. It's hard, but I guess it's just a different challenge, I guess. So we've been like, I'm on a couple of players groups. Obviously, the Lancs players group, and we've got an England players group as well. And there's been there's still that kind of when a lot of lads are Instagramming their runs and the times that they're getting and stuff like that. Some of them I'm not sure. It could be slightly fabricated, but it does keep that competitive edge up a little bit, and I think you need to keep that going. And it is a different challenge for everyone at the minute, not just as cricketers. There's so many challenges for people staying at home, and it's just a case of trying to find the best way of getting through it and trying to keep in touch with people, and just getting on with it as best we can.
I've seen a load on, like you say, on social media. The England boys are doing the press up challenge, and they're doing the music. I saw Ben Stokes had done one, and I think that keeps people going in these bad times as well. And we as cricketers and custodians of the game really have got to keep cricket at the forefront of everyone's mind during this time with no cricket.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard, and there's sort of certain ways we can do it. We've got to try and, keep a positive mindset through all this. And there's been bits about as well. I enjoyed the Sky playing the last day of the Headingley game. Yeah. Obviously, an amazing day's cricket, and the World Cup final the day after over the Easter weekend, and TMS are doing similar stuff on the radio.
Yeah,
I think that's been good just to keep people sort of attached to the game. And obviously, at a time where the season would have started, we're into the season now, and people are missing cricket. So giving them a taste of what a summer's normally like. As we were talking about earlier, the weather's been amazing as well. So being out in the garden with the radio on has been quite nice.
Yeah, it's been lovely, hasn't it? And like I said to you, my happy hour's been starting earlier and earlier every day, and I could do that because I'm retired. But like you say, yeah, it's frightening. Let's talk about your early life in cricket, mate. You came from a real historic area of Lancashire that's synonymous with cricket, really. The Lancashire League and Burnley Cricket Club. What are your memories of that?
I've got great memories of starting my career at Burnley. As you said, historic part of the world, a historic league. And I was lucky. I sort of got the back end of some amazing overseas pros. The guys that I started my career against, Roger Harper was still playing. Yeah. Joe Scuderi, who we both played with at Lancs.
Yeah.
These guys, guys that just were amazing cricketers, and a real test for it, especially for me as a 15, 16-year-old coming into the side. You're playing against these guys you've seen on TV. It was a real challenge, and I'm luckily I got the back end of that, because obviously in recent times that standard's just slightly dropped a bit because of the amount of cricket around the world.
Yeah,
it's been difficult. But I just remember that the early days. I remember every ground you turned up at, there'd be pictures on the wall of these pros as well from back in the day, and just incredible. To get that sort of standard of player, and the Lancashire League seemed to attract those players.
It did, and I think that's a trait that goes right the way through the leagues in Lancashire. You're playing against Test one-day international cricketers from all over the world, and like I said, now with a lot of the franchise cricket, all these players are taken away, and there's more opportunities for them to play on the biggest stage. But you've mentioned it before. You were very proud, a proud Burnley lad, and I still now know your best mates are the lads that you grew up with.
Yeah, absolutely. I try and see them as much as possible. Try and get back down to the club if I get a chance. And yeah, I think still having those mates from back then, that helps. That's helped me during my career, especially to keep my feet on the ground and just remember where it all started, I think. And that's been a really important part of my journey. And it's nice to still have loads of mates back there that I can keep in touch with.
Yeah, and not a lot of people will know, especially people who are listening to this that are out from outside the area of Lancashire, that the Burnley Cricket Club backs onto the famous Turf Moor, and it's when you go there, it's amazing to think that there's a cricket ground directly next door and sharing the same area as a Premier League football club.
Yeah, again, I mean that's been a huge part of my childhood as well. The football ground. I had a season ticket there as a kid.
Did you? I didn't know that.
Yeah, in the cricket field stand as well. Yeah. But yeah, it's been and now it's still a massive part of the club. It's a place where they encourage away fans to go, a safe place for them to drink before games. So it actually it provides a lot of revenue for the club and helps the club keep going. So again, it's difficult times for them at the minute, but yeah, I mean it's got a fantastic history, and like the players that have played for. Going back to, I mean, there's pictures on the wall of Charlie Griffiths, West Indian fast bowler. And again, that you growing up with that sort of history and hearing stories about him from all the members, is, just inspires you as a kid to want to be like them.
And what about, like you say, you were a first team cricketer at 15, 16 at Burnley in the Lancashire League. Who did you aspire to be like as a kid? Who are your heroes or your idols? A good question, that, because you're probably good mates with the lads that you looked up to.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was a massive Lancashire fan as well back then, and obviously with the success we had in the 90s. I was just a huge fan of that team. So Peter Martin and Glenn Chappell were two bowlers that I was really, really keen on. Neil Fairbrother, I was a left-handed batter as well. Wanted to be like him.
Yeah.
There was probably only you that I didn't want to be a wicketkeeper. So
you're probably a good judge, mate.
Yeah, but I remember I went to the, I think it was 96 final against Kent.
Yeah.
And it was I think Graham Lloyd took the last catch, and then everyone sort of ran onto the field after. And it was just one of those memories that you'll never forget. I think I was like 14, 15 at the time. Big trip down to Lords with my dad and my uncle. And yeah, it was amazing, and I think that team, the amount of games, not just the success as well at that time, the amount of brilliant games that Lancashire played in. The semi-final at Old Trafford against Yorkshire. Did you hit the winning runs, or Digger hit the winning runs?
It was actually my only gold award I ever won. That Only
Was
goal
it?
award, and Digger it.
Yeah,
Someone over point for 2 over Michael
yeah.
Bevan's head, and then was running in treacle trying to get back, and we it was brilliant. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. So some amazing cricket to watch, and I feel lucky to have grown up in that period because I didn't get to go to a lot of games at Old Trafford, but there was quite a lot of cricket on the BBC at that time.
yeah.
So being able to watch it was really, just brilliant from a fan's point of view. I think the Lancashire team of that era was a big influence on me, wanting to, really wanted to play for Lancashire. It was obviously being a Lancashire lad.
Yeah.
It was a big dream of mine to play. And looking further afield, I think there was a lot of brilliant fast bowlers around that time as well. Alan Donald, someone that I really looked up to, and was lucky enough to work with him. He was bowling coach for England for a bit as well.
Wow.
I've lost my train of thought now. Waz was another one, obviously, amazing skills. And again, to see him play for Lancs was brilliant. So I don't think there's one person that I looked up to. I think that's actually helped me, the fact that there wasn't one person that I thought I want to be like him. I just tried to watch everyone and try and work out what was best for my game.
You've always been your own bowler. Ever since I know you, you've always been your own bowler, and you've got a good cricket brain. You work things out for yourself, and what's right for you as a bowler. But like you say, let's talk about, you've come from the Lancashire League. You aspire to that team of the 90s, and you watch some great games. All of a sudden, 2002, you're walking down the steps, famous steps to Old Trafford with a red rose on your shirt, playing for Lancashire. What's that all about?
Oh yeah, it was incredible, really. I think I've got Neil Fairbrother to thank for that, because a week before, 2 weeks before, I played a second team game and Harv was injured. We played a second team game at I want to say Formby, but I forgot. It was around there,
somewhere.
Yeah. Anyway, played a second team game against Northampton, got 8 for, and it was reverse swinging, and I think Harv had a word, and then a week or 2 later, I was in the first team. It was just incredible, really, to make my debut. Obviously, a lot of nerves, but one thing that sticks out from that time was how welcoming everyone was. And I know that I'm pretty sure it was still first and second team dressing room then.
Yeah.
But it was still, everyone was still really welcoming, and a huge help on the field as well. I think to have the experience around that there was, that was a huge help to me as a 19-year-old, I think it was. Because I remember I was working a lot with Mike Watkinson at the time on swinging the ball. So there was occasions where you'd come up to me and go, right, forget swinging it, just bowl as fast as you can.
Yeah, I remember.
Swang it down as fast as you can. And that really helped me. It's, it helped me, because I think I have got a good cricket brain now, but when you're starting out, it's hard to think clearly in those situations, I think. So to have that experience around you to say, right, now just forget about being accurate. We just want you to bowl as fast as you can. That really helped me, and I love that.
I remember them days, because we us start wicket keeper, and you got Neil Fairbrother, and then you've got who else? A Crawley or a Galleon stood at third, whoever it was, and we loved pace. We just wanted to see pace, and we know what you could do. So we loved it when you were inflicting this pain on other batsmen flying up through here. And then in the early days, that was your strength. And I've always said to people when they talk about you that your actual strength was your speed. Early doors, it was speed, pure speed, and pure speed gets batsmen out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it can do. Yeah, definitely. I remember, because it's strange how my game plans changed over the years, because now I hate going for runs.
Yeah.
And I think back then I did hate going for runs, but I just thought, you know what, everyone was saying to me at the time that when you bowl quick, you're more likely to go for runs. So I'd go at 4 and over.
Yeah.
But I would take the odd wicket in a spell. So I think your game does develop like that. But I'm so glad that I had that opportunity to bowl quick, because it was so much fun.
It was fun from where we were stood.
And the square's getting back to where it was, I think, now.
Right.
But when it was the other way around, the pitches were absolutely rapid.
Lightning.
There was something in it for everyone. If you batted well, you'd get runs. If you could bowl quick and hit good areas, you get bounce, and it was quick, and then it would reverse swing as well. So it was a brilliant place to learn my trade on.
I knew what was to come in the future during a game we played at Blackpool, and you probably remember it. It was one of your, like I say, I'm quite clouded of when exactly it was, but we played, and I'm sure it was Somerset we played against at Blackpool, and you just bowled the speed of sound on a featherbed wicket, and just beat batsmen through the air with your pace and your movement. And I thought then, we ain't going to see much of this lad in future.
Yeah, I think, I mean, again, it was great memories for me, because I just being encouraged to bowl quick, and that, because at the time there's no fear of failure. I think as you go on in your career, you get that fear of, right, I've got a job to do here. I've got to do it in a certain way. I can't go for runs. I've got to bowl maidens and create pressure, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But then it was literally like, right, we've got Glenn Chappell, Peter Martin. They're gonna go for no runs whatsoever. So you can just come in and bowl as fast as you can and not worry about anything. Just try and get people out.
Yeah.
And it was a brilliant feeling. I absolutely loved it. And I remember that day well. And yeah, it was just, you know, I remember bowling bad balls, but I knew that eventually there'd be a good ball in there that just will get people out.
Oh, they were punching him off the nose end and fending it to short leg and nipping it. It was brilliant to watch. And I remember, you know, let's just move on a bit. Your Lancashire career for you, mate, was something that you were really proud of. But playing for England is every professional cricketer's pinnacle. And I remember watching, I think it was your debut in One Day International. It was your debut. It may not have been your debut. I don't know. I'm getting old. I'm 52 now. But you swung it around corners at Newlands, and I'm sure it was. Was it early doors in your career? That.
Yeah. So after my first season for first class cricket, 2002, I went on the academy in Australia. Then got picked for England because there was so many injuries that winter.
Yeah.
Made my debut at the MCG at the end of 2002. And then it was the World Cup in South Africa 2003, like in February, March time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was one of those days when the white ball swung.
All over the place, didn't it?
Yeah. And yeah, it just went, I remember it just went really well. It was an amazing night. Lots of English fans there.
Yeah.
It was the same game. Shoaib bowled 100 miles an hour.
That's right, yeah.
So there's a lot going on in that
Nasser
game.
Our captain? Was Nasser captain?
Nasser was captain, yeah.
Yeah, Nasser. So we've been joined by my dog in the face, a pain in the backside. He does it every time, doesn't he? So sit down there, Raf. Sit down. It's called Rafa. Not after the Liverpool manager, but after the Ninja Turtle, Raphael. The Ninja Turtle. Down, bud. So, yeah, and then let's talk about then your England career just took off, didn't it? I mean, you played. Did you make your Test debut in 2003 as well against Zim or someone like that?
Yeah. So that after that World Cup, what happened then? Yeah. So came back home summer of 2003, made my Test debut against Zimbabwe at Lords.
Yeah.
And it went really, like the start of my career went really well, but then it wasn't all like smooth sailing after that. So I kind of started picking up a few niggles, and because I was enjoying myself so much playing for England, I didn't want to lose my place. So I thought if I tell them I'm got a niggle, then I might not play the next game, and then someone comes in, takes my spot, and I don't play again.
That's a tough one as a young player.
Because it was because I was 20, 21 years old. I just didn't know any better at the time. So I lost a bit of pace. And then I ended up getting dropped anyway because of form in sort of 2004, 2005. I was in and out of the side. we had an amazing bowling attack, to be fair, in that period where the likes of Simon Jones, Hoggard, Harmison, Flintoff. Yeah. You know, it was a hard attack to get into.
Definitely.
But yeah, it was frustrating, a frustrating few years, and then I ended up getting a stress fracture, 2005 or six, maybe six. And then that's probably 2007 onwards is probably when I started feeling a little bit more like I had a secure place in the England team.
And then the rest is history. England, the world's most successful fast bowling, you know, in terms of wicket taking. And that lad from Burnley, you know, playing as a 15, 16-year-old lad, did you ever think that one day you'd surpass the great Glenn McGrath in wickets taken? It's unbelievable, isn't it, mate? It's knowing you like I know you from that lad that turned up at Old Trafford to play for Lancashire to become the most successful fast bowler ever. It's pinch yourself moments, that.
Yeah, it is. And I don't think it's sunk in, really, to be honest. It's still I still find it a bit strange. But yeah, it's been amazing. The last few years, I think that the last sort of 7 or 8 years, I've absolutely loved, because I've felt so in control of what I'm doing. And I've, you know, obviously last sort of 18 months I had a couple of injuries and stuff, which have been frustrating. But before that, just felt so I've loved playing the game, and I feel like I'm coming into my peak, you know, into my 30s, and I still feel like that 15-year-old kid that tried to bowl fast at Burnley. I still love, you know, turning up and trying to, you know, now it's slightly different. It's not trying to bounce people out and bowl fast Yorkers. It's trying to be a bit more subtle than that. Yeah. But I still love the battle with the batsmen, and yeah, I still love playing the game as much now as I did when I was 15.
That's really refreshing to hear. And the young lads that come into the England setup and of course the Lancashire setup, you know, they look up to. Do they ask you for advice and your thoughts and techniques and stuff like that?
Yeah, quite a lot do. Yeah, I've to be honest, the last few years I've really enjoyed that sort of responsibility of trying to help out if I can. I don't force myself on people. I don't try and tell them what to do. But obviously, we've got Glenn Chappell as our coach, who's had an amazing career himself, and he's now a brilliant coach. So you know, he does a lot of the work, a lot of great work with the lads. And I'm, you know, when I'm around, I try and chat to them if they want me to, if they want any advice or anything like that. But certainly with the England group, we've got a brilliant group of bowlers who we constantly talk about the game. We, you know, whether it's in training, on the field, in the dressing room, or even, you know, at dinner, if we're on tour or whatever, we'll be talking about the game and trying to learn from each other. And I still learn from them, you know, as much as they learn from me. And I think that's how you develop a good group of, not just bowlers, but a good group of cricketers, is by allowing that communication to flow. And keep talking about it.
Brilliant. But we look at 4 or 5 years on ahead now. You know, you're still plenty of cricket left in you, both international and domestic. Would something like coaching be something that you may be interested in, going down around the world?
I'm not sure. I still don't really know what I want to do when I finish playing. I like focusing on like now and what's going to happen in the next few months, rather than looking too far ahead. But obviously I'm getting to that stage where I need to start thinking about what I'm going to do. I've enjoyed doing some media work with you know, I've done a bit of TMS and stuff like that, so trying to maybe going down that route. But I love talking about the game. I love talking about bowling. So definitely coaching's on the radar in some sort of shape or form. Yeah. And I've also used the net to a bit of a bowl into it as well.
Have you?
Just trying to keep the turn. At my age, mate, you've got to try and turn the arm over and make sure it's a bit well oiled. Because if I don't bowl for 2 or 3 months, then I'm just going to stiffen up and turn into a tin man. So
I find that Guinness helps on that, Jimmy. It stops me seizing up.
Yeah. Fair point.
Brilliant, brilliant. And what about cooking? I mean, you know, I don't know about you, but one of the things I miss is going out. Who's doing the cooking? And do you miss you and Daniela and the girls going to restaurants?
Yeah, we're lucky that we both do a bit of cooking, so we quite like it as well. And we've been trying to get the kids to do it, to try and so just so that they can start cooking for us, and it feels like we're going out. So yeah, we're just. I mean, it's an unusual situation for everyone, and we're just trying to make the best of it. And
yeah,
so we're winging it really. No one knows what. You know, I've not stayed at home this long ever, I don't think, because we're usually away playing cricket somewhere or training and stuff like that. So it's been a bit different. But yeah, it's been really enjoyable, and yeah, the cooking. I've enjoyed the cooking side of it. The housework I'm not massively keen on.
Forget that. No, on that.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope you're all safe and staying at home. Hopefully we'll get some cricket in soon for you all to watch.